Okay, put that down too. Get this all started here. Something like that. Hello and welcome to the Loom live stream for this Thursday, December 20th, 2018. Hope everyone is doing well. Gonna wait to see who shows up. Put this over here. Poured myself some agua. And we got a like, but we don't have anybody in the room. Came in, hit the thumbs up, and left. It's probably what happened. But let's see what happens. I'm a little early. See what happens. Oh, I had a big salad earlier, and it kind of really filled me up, so I'm not going to have anything right now for my supper break. So we'll see what happens. Hey, Aaron Willis, Gamer Doom, welcome, one of my big-time supporters. I appreciate it very much. Earl, welcome to the stream. I'm doing okay. Just tired. But I'm ready to go crazy with this live stream, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what we end up talking about, and hopefully I can get a lot of energy from it. Just draw that energy in. A couple of days in a row, I've been up very early, considering I've been working second shift, but salads are my favorite. I love salad, but I wasn't really hungry, but I hadn't eaten really anything today, so I had a salad, and it just really slowed me down. It was a big salad, grilled chicken salad. But I'm doing okay. I cannot complain. Have my world famous decaf. It was better yesterday. I'm not sure this isn't yesterday's. It's a little bit strong today. I don't mind strong coffee, but it tastes a little bit stronger today. For some reason, I don't know. I made it the same way, or at least I thought I did. I went shopping last night. Did you break the record? I did not, Earl. I didn't even come close. Well, it's just the record for me. I mean, I'm not conceited or anything. I just treat it like just keeping track of my live streams and everything. I mean, I'd be content with only 2 people showing up in here. I really would. I'm very humble. But the fact, I think last night after you stop the live stream, it tells you what your peak occurrences were peak, whatever they call it, peak views or whatever. No, it's not peak views. Peak occurrences, something like that. It's not occurrences, but I think I had 16 I peaked at. The night before I had 19, even though my thing said 20. It probably didn't register, so I did not break a record last night. I didn't even tie the record the other night like I thought I did. But it says I have 3 people in here, so we're getting there. I'm here for an hour, so we see what happens. Participants, yeah, it's like, all in all, I guess it keeps track of how many people are here at the same time. And it also keeps track of how many people were here in general. Now, last night it said 67 people were here, whether or not they all talked, which they didn't, whether or not some of them might have come in for 5 seconds and left. But, there was 67 different people that at some point checked me out, which is pretty cool. Remy Moore, welcome. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. We're just getting started here. I'm only about a little less than 5 minutes in, but I'm sure we're gonna have a good time and turn on the juice and see what shakes loose. Just see what we talk about, and if anyone wants to talk about anything, by all means, I'm very easygoing. I don't know a lot about a lot of things. I know a little of a lot of things. But see if anyone new shows up. We will give them the regular Illuminator welcome. And I'm still trying to grow my channel little by little. But it's funny when you think that 67 people last night, for that hour and 8 minutes that I was here, 67 different people actually checked me out. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. And there was at most, at any given time, there was only 16 people at a time. But hey, I'm making a difference in some people's lives. And that, even if it's just friendship, that's pretty cool. Hello, Hunter. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's like I had, the average, it tells you the average stay of everyone. It takes those 67 people that were here, takes up how long I was here, and it divides everything up. And it said the average person was here for a little over 8 minutes. So, I mean, that's not bad. 8 minutes of listening to me talk, that's pretty good. I'm not sure everyone would want to do that, but I mean, granted, you have some people that are here for the whole hour, and you have other people that are here for, 5 seconds. So it all averages out. But the average was like 8 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that. But imagine listening to me for 8 minutes. I don't even want to do that. I have to live with myself. I have to listen to myself too. Oh no. No, we gotta have, like one of my coworkers say, gotta have fun, Jay. Gotta have fun. And that's what it's about. And for me, I try to, I say it all the time. Life is serious enough. There should be little commercial breaks of laughter. Just even if it's 8 minutes of someone's life that can just get them laughing or who knows what. Hey, Vito Music 23, one of my new friends. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining the stream. Always like meeting new people. You have a great channel yourself. 67 people. Earl says 67 people need to get out more. It's funny though, some of them are trolls and some of them are, I mean, I don't want to have trolls, but it's just, it's, it's the nature of the beast. I appreciate you being here, man. Thanks a lot for checking things out. Feel free to move around the room and get to know people if you so choose. If you're like me and you just like to sit in one place, that's okay too. But I don't know. Anytime you put your face out there on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere, there's always going to be critics, and you're going to be judged by how you present yourself. You're going to be judged by your content, and you're going to be judged by who you keep company with. And for the most part, I am judged by who I keep who I keep company with. I'm not judged by my content, not contact like I was saying, but I'm tired. Please excuse the little faux pas of words. Trolls are gonna troll, so basically, and that word is so overused, I will say essentially, just to be different. Essentially, you have two things that you can do. You can do what me and a whole bunch of other people do. You just, have it up to your eyeballs and you just block them, which they can still watch you and copy your stuff and make fun of you and everything. So it is what it is. Or you can do like what Stingray 2.0 does. The people come in there and he just smothers them with love. And I don't know, you really have to have thick skin to do that. But my thing is, I block people when they make problems for other friends of mine. That's what I do. If people are going to come in here just to argue, go, put it somewhere else. Let it happen somewhere else. That's what I say. And I appreciate you saying I have a good format. I mean, when it comes to my daily vlogs, some of them are boring as watching paint dry. Some of them are not. It all depends on the day, but that's life. Life is not a roller coaster every single day for most of us. So I show a little bit of my life here, there, and everywhere, and try to do something new once in a while. And I don't really travel, so it's a daily vlog. But I'm not Adam the Woo, and I'm not these other guys that did all this stuff. So I am myself, and I'm me, and you know, I have enough of a hard time sometimes just being me. So I'm not gonna have somebody judge me and tell me to do more. You know what? No, you want someone that does more, watch somebody else. I'm gonna pick my friends, I'm gonna pick my enemies, and that's what we all do. And I enjoy YouTube, and the good has outweighed the bad big time. Yeah, I mean, I try to just get people to think. If they're not gonna laugh, I try to get people to think, or just like from the lighter side. I mean, sometimes I talk about the craziness of the news. Like some of these news stories are just you just have to say like, "Whoa!" Carrie Reynolds, welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Very happy that you joined us today. It's tonight for me. It's 20 past 8 p.m. and we're just getting going here. Just talking about YouTube in general, talking about trolls, talking about when you have a channel, you have a right to put out the content that you want to put out. You have a right to block who you want to block, and I think most of us understand that, but other people. Hey, Lou, welcome, my friend, my brother. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. We're just talking about the regular YouTube stuff that happens, trolls and channels and having fun and how a foot can't be a leg and a leg can't be an ear and every part of YouTube we all have our gifts, we all have our entrances, we all have our exits. Well, earlier covered probably everyone here. But we're trying to have a good time, and that's what it's about, especially this time of year. I don't want it to be like previous years where I've had problems where I've said, that Christmas came so fast I didn't get in the spirit. This It's not happening this year. I've been very, very happy. I've been very exhausted, very tired. I could see it in my eyes today. I've gotten very little sleep over the past couple of nights, and I'm still trucking away. I got to get one of those T-shirts that says "Keep on trucking." That's what I feel. Well, thank you, Carrie. I appreciate that. I'm trying to, life throws you lemons. You either make lemonade or, what's that new one that I heard? When life throws you lemons, make spaghetti, something like that. That's more like my style. Life throws you lemons, you do something even odd. I don't know. I don't even use the lemons. I forget how it went. It wasn't spaghetti, but it was something like that. When life throws you lemons, go out and cement your sidewalk or something. It didn't make sense, but in my world, it was good. Keep pushing forward. That's right. And I always say, you try something. If it doesn't work, you try something else. But he who falls flat on his face is at least moving in the right direction, forward. And when you fall the other way, it's funnier. But when you think about it, watch somebody fall forward. It's funny. But if you watch someone fall backward on their keister, that's even funnier. But you got to keep moving forward. You got to keep pushing along. You got to keep get the positive out there. You got to take the negative and turn it into a positive because you can do two things with negative problems. You can either just get really, really mad and do nothing about it. You can get or you can get really. I'm talking too fast, like a Rhode Islander now. You can get really, really mad and do something positive with it. That's what I choose to do. Take all of that, roll it up, and just wah, throw it back. Positivity. The power of positivity. How's it going on the West Coast, Lou? Is what Earl asked. It's nice. Weather. Oops, I skipped right over it. Weather finally cooling down. Over here, yeah, this is over here. It rains for 10 days, and then it gets cold for 3 or 4 days. And then tomorrow it's going to be 60 over here, which we haven't seen 60 in weeks and weeks. And then it's going to cool off again for the weekend. A lot of rain coming starting around, I don't know, after midnight, they're saying over here. They keep pushing it back. It was supposed to be 8 p.m. The rain was going to start. Then they said 9:30. And then they said 10:45. Now it's like 1 in the morning. I don't know. Starting to feel like winter a little. Lou, you can come over here anytime and you can see what a New England winter is like. Especially February is probably the worst because you get a lot of wind and cold and it just it gets right through you. That's why when it's 50 degrees in March, people are already outside with t-shirts and shorts because they survived the winter. Anger can be righteous. Anger, people say, negativity is negativity, but you can take negative uh, things that happen and turn it into a positive thing. You know, you could see an injustice done and turn it into a positive thing by seeing justice done, by following through. Like it could be something about I don't know. You could see somebody robbing a store and get so mad that you run after the guy and I don't know, throw knives at him or something, or do something just like call the cops. That's a little bit less dangerous, I guess. Clam chowder. Oh man, that is my weakness. Oh, love, love, love clam chowder. There's so many good ways to make clam chowder. We have the New England clam chowder, which is the white one done with milk, but we're also so close to New York that we have the red clam chowder, which is just as good. In my family, we've always had more of the red clam chowder to be homemade. When I go out to restaurants and I eat out and they have the white clam chowder, the New England clam chowder, I get that because I don't eat it as much. Some places make it, it is out of this world. The key is to start with cream and then thin it down with milk. And a lot of these restaurants that are cheaper, they'll start with milk and water it down with water. And those are the ones you stay away from. But yeah, oh, it's nothing like the stuff in the can though. When you get it and it's homemade, it's a million times better. Like they say, ice cream from the store and homemade ice cream are two different things. Do I believe in the Bible? Yes, I do. Yes, I do believe in the Bible. I am a Bible believing Christian, as a matter of fact. Never had the red. The Manhattan. Some people call it New York clam chowder or Manhattan clam chowder. It's really good. It's done basically the same way, but it's done with tomato paste and tomato sauce, and it has all the same stuff in it. It's just instead of milk, I guess they use water and tomato. I've never made the red, so I don't know exactly what else is in there, but I gotta ask my mother because that's probably something I can ask because I've never done it. She's always made it, so good point, Earl. My counselor said some stress is good because it causes you to take care of yourself. Too much is when it gets bad. Yeah, stress gives you gray hair. It's about where Jesus turns over the tables in the temple. Yes, when it was a Sunday and they were selling in the temple. Yep, in church. That's exactly we in church one time we had talked about the very same thing. Like, um, people think that you shouldn't get angry, but there's a certain time for everything, and the Bible did say that because there was an injustice being done, the people cared so little about the rule, the law, that there should be nothing happening on the Sabbath. You shall not work. They turned the church, they turned the temple into a marketplace, and that was against you know it was against what should be done according to God's law, and Jesus being man and God, he had the same emotions that man has, and he flipped over the tables, and it never happened again. But yeah, imagine, imagine that that's just like the fury of God, control and discipline. Mostly clam juice in the red with very little water. Oh, it's clam juice. Okay. Oh, I've seen that in the stores. They have these big cans, like those big V8 cans, but it's all full of clam juice. Oh, look at mine. The gray's all happening. My mustache, it shows up more in real life, but I hate it. I hate turning gray. I really do. I mean, nothing I can really do about it, but no. I mean, yeah, you color it, but it doesn't stop it from still growing in. It's terrible. Someday I'm just gonna buzz my hair right down. I'll get rid of all this. Just go Mr. Clean once in my life. I always said I would. I always said I would shave my head once in my life. But I really don't look good without facial hair. Someday I'll show a picture of the last time I had shaved all my facial hair. It was probably going back about 4 years ago. Nobody liked it. Somebody at work told me I was too ugly to look at, which that wasn't really nice. Of course, now she backpedals and says that's not what she meant. But if someone says, "Get away from me, you're too ugly to look at," oh, I meant that you looked too different. Well, no, that's not what you said. You said I was too ugly to look at. Of course, I couldn't grow my facial hair back fast enough because it was I wasn't used to seeing myself. And usually for most of my adult life, I've had just a mustache and goatee or the full beard with it. But I've never had a goatee this long. It's just really fun to play with. But something tells me I'm going to be cutting it off sooner or later. I think anger is wrong at the wrong time. Some people use it as an excuse to be mad all the time. Uh, in an alternate version of the Bible. I think the fact that I'm in my 40s and that's why it's bothering me about turning gray. I think if I was in my 50s, it probably wouldn't bother me at all. I don't know. I have the King James version. This is what I go by as the study Bible. The NIV is more of a day-to-day Bible, but they changed too many things in the NIV. The New International Version, or as some people call it, the non-inspired version. I've been growing my goatee. My goatee was just normal beard length back in the last time I trimmed it was March. So this, if you look back on my videos, I just had normal, looked like a normal beard in March, and I trimmed my goatee at the same time that I had cut all of the sides off. And usually I grow the full beard like this for the winter, usually from September to March or October to March, and then right around the end of March, I'll just have the mustache and goatee for spring and summer, which I kind of get used to. I mean, I like the full beard. I'll probably end up trimming this down to be a little bit thinner and getting rid of a lot of this because this side doesn't really grow in as good as this side. So I'll probably, maybe for Christmas, I'll trim it up a little bit. Got some places to go, visit some family, and I don't want to look like too much of a, I don't know. This long goatee, though, I'm thinking that people are going to be like, "Wow, look at this guy." I don't care what people think, but I'm thinking, I don't know if I should trim it or not. I mean, I kind of like it, so I don't know. So I guess from the end of March, figure April, May, June, July, August, or October. So 9 months without trimming it. I've trimmed just a little itsy bitsy the stragglies off the bottom once in a while, but uh, sometimes you get used to them. Yeah. I'm 42 now. You don't look anywhere close to 42, Gary. If I had to guess, I thought you were in your 20s. Wow. I know women that, I mean, long hair does not look good on me compared to the short hair. The fact that I'm overweight, just short hair looks different on me. But when I'm thinner, the short hair looks a lot better. But um, I'm so used to seeing myself with facial hair that without facial hair, I actually look older. I'll show a picture one of these days. Everything's on my old computer. I need to get that hooked up and get everything off of it. Maybe put everything on Google Photos. Excuse me, off of the hard drive of the old computer. Little gray lets them know you're old enough to. You know, that's what they say that at the temples, some of these younger girls they go for an older guy because um, I don't know. It's kind of like it's a sign of stability because an older guy is more stable, has a good job, has things already. Younger guys, all they want to do is play video games sometimes, and they don't want to have any type of commitments. And I mean, I love this. Lou, I'm telling you, I love this. I would hate to get rid of it. The thing is, and of course, do I have? It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing. It's the funniest thing. Let me see here. Of course, this is really really funny when you can put an elastic in it and look like something from some old Japanese movie or something. Hoi, hoi, hoi. That's how long this actually is, like a ponytail. It's funny. Very, very funny. Carrie still gets carded for alcohol. I believe. I believe it. You don't look anywhere close to your age. But yeah, I mean, the only thing I'm worried about is, I want to do more parody and I want to be able to do more characters, and you can't really put on a wig and do something if all of your characters have this big old beard. I don't know. I have all the stuff I want to do in the back of my head and never time. If I showed you a picture of what I look like shaven, it's as soft as a baby's behind. Like my face is very, very soft, but the facial hair for me, it's part of life. But it's funny, I started growing last time I shaved was at the end of September, but now it seems like I'm already sick of having the full beard already. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, I had a full beard for years when I was in my 20s before I finally shaved it for the mustache and goatee. I mean, I always do different things. I never know what I'm going to want to do. Samurai, hui, hua, hua, he, ha. Captain Lou Albano. Oh, yeah, now you're hitting me where it hurts because I love pro wrestling. I'm a child of the 70s and 80s. I knew Captain Lou Albano. I got his autograph uh, when he was a lot older, but Captain Lou Albano used to have the elastics hanging from his face and his beard. Oh, that's good stuff. That brings back a lot of good memories. Big pro wrestling fan since 1984. Just wetting my whistle with some water. I have my full bottle over here. These little 5-ounce cups, but that's okay. So what else is happening? What else is going on? Looks like we're not going to break any records tonight. I'm 6 feet tall, Lou. I'm 6 feet tall. Yeah, I wish I was taller. I bumped my head enough being 6 feet tall, but I I would have loved to be like 6'1", 6'2". I would have loved to be even taller, but it wasn't in the cards for me. I took after my father's side of the family. They were all tall. My father, the shortest in his family, he's 6 feet tall. He had a brother that was 6'2" and a brother that was 6'5". So, yeah, I mean, it would have been nice to be taller. But oh well, right? Can't do anything about it. Smallest live stream. Yeah, I got 5 people in here. I guess everyone's busy. Everyone must be wrapping gifts and. Carrie has a baby face. Nothing wrong with that. I think I'm getting close to the holiday. It's getting close to the holiday. So people may be busy shopping after work. Yep, exactly. And plus, the West Coast is 3 hours earlier, so it's supper time and all that. I'd like to get back to doing late night live streams, but just have not had time. I used to love doing them on weekends. Got a great turnout sometimes. But you know what? The best thing about the weekend live streams is that it wasn't so much the turnout when I did the live streams, it was the people watching after. Views on some of those live streams, and they're in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, especially when I wear the mask. I gotta go back to that. I'm gonna have to just take that mask out of storage, so to speak, because we all know Ty is unpredictable, and Ty equals views, I guess, because those live streams do a heck of a lot better when I'm wearing that mask than I just channel something else. I love it. It's all right. This I'm happy with 5 people in a live stream. I'm not gonna complain. One of the best live streams I ever did, I had 2 or 3 people in it for most of the hour. I don't think I ever had more than 5 that day. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with close and personal. Look how big this cup looks when I do this. Looks like it's one of those bigger, like the ones they drink beer when you go to an outdoor party. It's only a little 5-inch cup. But oh, this maybe Ty will come out of hibernation this weekend. That'll be really really cool. Last time we saw Ty was when little Lou was visiting, and he lost his drinking buddy. He has little Lou's not really an evil twin. He's more like a clone, a crazy clone. He has, but yeah, I don't know. They don't get along like the real Little Lou did. But yeah, maybe Ty's gonna come out of hibernation. That'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be cool to have Ty do a live stream. I would have Ty do one here at work, but it's yeah, it's probably not a good idea. I don't think he should be around at work. I like the channel Pirate Calypso, and she said she's glad for when her channel was smaller because she got to know her subs better, and it's a more intimate experience. I never heard of Pirate Calypso. Maybe somebody I should check out. Yay. What are you yaying? It's always great to be able to have characters that can bring out different sides of you. You know, it's pretty cool. Well, Ty is the embodiment of that mask that is the, my channel is, what do they call it? The channel photo, not the thumbnail, but it's the profile photo. Oh, I forgot the name. The avatar. What I did was I took the mask and using the computer, changed the colors to be purple and green because that was to go along with what the Illuminator name was supposed to be when I was training to be a pro wrestler back in the day. That never really happened because the minor league organization I was going to be starting with ended up folding, and then they started an even smaller one, and they needed referees, and I ended up being a pro wrestling referee for the extreme minor leagues of pro wrestling. And my wrestling training stopped, but my character was supposed to be a masked wrestler with the purple and green and all that other royal stuff, and he was going to be known as the Illuminator. And that's where the whole name started. And it just, kept it for many, many years. Just always had it in the back of my head. So I changed the mask to be purple and green. But of course, the real mask isn't. So I had to do something with that, and thus Ty was born. And I'm the first one to admit it's a total knockoff of Loose Cunt. Just not as cool. It's, it's all done in love. But I'll tell you, it's just something I really, really enjoy. Really enjoy putting that mask on. It is extremely hard, and the fact that mine is a cheap knockoff, not like yours, Lou, that was, a real, made like the ones for the movies that, you actually bought from a refutable place. Mine came from an eBay store in China, and it's just a regular Halloween kind. So, you got the straps in the back and just a regular little eye hole. So I'm always adjusting it, and yeah, so it's tough to wear for an hour live stream. I mean, one of them I took it off halfway through because I thought it was on a hyperventilate or something. I just wasn't used to it. It gets hard to breathe, and I know that from mine, but it's even harder to have like a drink unless you have a straw because I mean, you get so thirsty, and for me to actually uh, deepen my voice and all that to do the basic to do the Lou impression is what it is. It's a total knockoff of Lou. Just that Lou is 100% more entertaining and funny and everything, and but to actually do the voice and all of that deepness that I try to just let happen, you got to think about every single word you're doing or saying. See, I'm already messing up. You get so thirsty. I always have to have a drink, and I have a straw in there. But yeah, it's tough. My mic has trouble picking up through mouthpiece. Mine is a Halloween mask too. Yes, it's hard. I don't envy Lou that does it all the time. I mean, I haven't put that mask on since August, really. The last time we saw Ty. I should bring Ty back into the mix more often. He always gets a good reaction. Yeah, I can remember your early videos, Lou, that you used to always be adjusting your mask. It would slip up or slip down, especially when you're wearing the hat and all that. Yeah, that's like me. I put one of those winter beanie hats on top of mine, and yeah, it's tough because you just it moves, and I mean yours just evolved. Like it's really really cool. It's a one of a kind. definitely a one of a kind now. Yeah, it'd be fun to do one of those Google Hangouts where they do what's it called? Carrie, you know the words. What it's called? Like the panel. Is that what it is? A panel? That'd be really really cool to get some really cool people together and do one of those panels where people just keep talking at the same time. It's almost like a group phone call, but through like you see all the pictures though. Hey, CPLL, sorry. Chunky Pumpkin and Little Lloyd, welcome to the stream. We're already 35 minutes in. That's amazing. But yeah, I mean, you gotta have fun. YouTube should be more about fun. And one thing about Lou's videos, they're very entertaining, and it's done with a lot of creativity, and mine are not. A lot of the creativity of mine is not there, especially with the Thai stuff. But sometimes it is. I mean, it all depends on how much thought you put into things. Oh, I'm just stretching my leg. Oh, goodness, get tired sitting down. If that makes sense, get tired sitting down. Hey, Greg, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Good to see everyone here. I got 9 people now. What is in my pocket? Oh, my pen. Pen was sticking in me in my pocket here. Ugh. But yeah, my world famous decaf. Oh, it was better yesterday. I'm not sure this isn't yesterday's. I said that already. Bears repeating. I'm not sure this isn't yesterday's. Ooh, goodness. You're very nice, and I think it makes it fun, though. It's not like you're ignoring people and matching your socks. No. I usually buy white socks, so I don't have to match them. And I don't take I was gonna say, I don't take my feet off at work. I don't take my shoes off at work. So it doesn't matter. White is white. And I had a coworker, she retired. There was a coworker that in the summer, when people wear shorts, she would look at their socks and say, "Look at him. His socks don't match." And I'm like, "They're both white. What are you talking about?" "Yeah, but look, the grooves on that one are wider than the grooves on the other one." I'm like, so one was one company, one was the other company. Like one is Jerseys and one is Hanes, and it's like people nitpick at the stupidest stuff. He had 2 white socks on, but no, it wasn't good enough for her. Around people like that, you just have to. They'll drive you insane. They will drive you insane. Thank you for the compliments, Carrie. I really appreciate it. I have 300 straight. 300? I refuse to get rid of them. There's a conspiracy afoot. Oh, that is good. That is good. Because you know what happens. It's like me with my sneakers. I don't like to throw. Like when I moved, everything was just thrown into boxes and I moved. I didn't realize I had so much stuff, but I have sneakers that I'll never wear again. But I refuse to throw away a right sneaker if I don't have the left one right then and there because I'll always be afraid when I find that left one. Did I throw the other one away? Maybe I should save this one because I might find the right one because I'll forget. So I won't throw just one away. I'll only throw pairs away. And when it comes to my socks, I'm not as I was going to say connected, but I'm not as attached to my socks. But I know girl socks are just different colors and cartoons and SpongeBob and Frozen and Little Miss Muffet and all this other stuff. So yeah, you really have to match them up. But remember a few years ago, the style became people wearing unmatched stuff. So green and red and purple and yellow and I call it a laziness style. That's what I call it. Socks, not rocks. Hey, Vilric Blade, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, you're talking as long as socks fit, put them on. That's right. That's right. Thanks for being here, Vilric. I appreciate it so much. In the back of the dryer, yeah, I always want, all that lint that comes out of the dryer? I think that it must be made out of all those socks that we can never find. But I'll tell you, I do have like for church and stuff like that. I usually wear like colored socks, but I don't even like to wash just one. Because sometimes one gets thrown under the bed by accident, or it's on the floor, gets kicked wherever. I usually won't even wash socks unless I have them both dirty at the same time and clean them both at the same time. That way, again, you just have one clean, and whatever happened to the other one it's just easier for me not even to wash the one that I have, and it creates so many more questions if I do. So better to not even feed that bear, if you know what I mean. Hey, country, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Alien Dimension, I think. I got heart ones from T-Mobile. T-Mobile sells socks? I dare someone harass me about your socks not matching? I don't know anyone that'll do that. It's 300 socks that don't. You have 300 onesies. So I guess I'm assuming you probably have 300 that you do wear. I thought I was the only one that had tons of socks, but mine are mostly all white. I got packages of socks, not even open, because the socks that I like, they don't make anymore. I like cotton socks. I literally like my feet to breathe 100% cotton socks. It's almost impossible now. They all have polyester, spandex. I bought Fruit of the Loom socks. I can't believe how thin and how much spandex is in them. My feet, it's like they never feel good. That my feet, they don't breathe. Well, it's always a pleasure to have you here, Blade. I'm telling you, man. I really appreciate it. When I see you live, I definitely go onto your gaming live streams when I see them. Every time I don't always see them. I apologize for that. They give you socks with your phone. You know what I got with my phone? I got a free charger for the wall. That comes with it all the time. Oh, I didn't get any socks. They should, I'll tell you. You know what they should give? They should give you a Band-Aid when you buy a phone. Because all the money we spend, it hurts us. So we have to put on a Band-Aid. Lose my shoes too. I'm in Texas, so shoes are optional. Ah, you're from Texas. Sorry. So if I said the stars at night are big and bright. Okay, I'll let you finish that. Oh, I mix match my socks all the time. I don't mix. See, most of mine are white, so I might mix one made by Hanes with one made by Jerseys or something. But especially me wearing pants, no one ever notices because no one even sees my socks. Lou, thanks for being here, man. Good to see you as always. Come anytime, brother. You're always welcome. I think that Peg Leg Pete sneaks in and steals. Peg Leg Pete. Deep in the heart of Texas. Thank you so much. Texas. Do you have a cowboy hat? I mean, when I think of a Texas girl, it's probably a stereotype that like Texas girls all own cowboy hats. This weekend, definitely want to live stream again, get different crowds on weekends, letting people know I'm still alive and well, living in the year 1885. But gonna catch up on finishing the wrapping of gifts. I'll probably not go into any stores because it's gonna be. I don't know about your neck of the woods, but around here, my glasses look like they're crooked. Around here, everybody is last minute, especially the men. Around here, everybody is last minute, especially the men. So the fact that we're getting into crunch time, getting closer to Christmas, this weekend is going to be a big weekend in stores, and I don't want any part of it. So you are awesome as well, man. I'm not Western. Oh, so that's the only kind of music I don't like. Two kinds, country and Western. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. I love that stuff. Terrified of horses and cows. So you can't wear a cowboy hat because of horses and cows. No, I'm only joking. Do you like hats at all? Some girls, around here, it's like girls either love hats in general or girls they want nothing to do with hats. There's no in between around here. It's the weirdest thing. Girls in here are like, "Don't you dare buy me a hat because I don't wear hats." And there's like other girls who like wear hats every day. I don't know. Not as many guys feel that way. I mean, you see guys wearing hats all the time. Especially when my hair is shorter, I wear hats constantly when I'm outside usually. But hey, I have nothing against hats. Especially my hats are like I have a lot of them. When I can find them all, they're usually all over the place. Half of them are at my mother's house. She lives just right across the way. So hey, it's all good. Uh, there's a black hole in the dryer still. Yeah, that's definitely the dryer is the culprit most of the time, and no one can tell me otherwise. They sell socks mixed. Excuse me. You're right, Vilric. You're right. They sell socks, especially like at Walmart for the girls. There'll be like four pairs, and they're like eight different socks, and they're mix and match. And that's just laziness. I don't know. I just think it's late. Like when people leave the house in their pajamas, I'm sorry, but I'm not saying people need to put on dresses and suits and everything, but this isn't 1940 anymore, but still, people, they roll out of bed, they twist their hair up, and of course, I'm saying, girls, they'll twist their hair up, not so much the guys. Well, guys put that bun thing, and I'm not a fan of that. Goodness, but, you know, they roll out of bed, fix their hair just by twisting it up, and just right out the door, half asleep. It's like they're in their fuzzy pajama pants, and those are not really supposed to be out of the house. That's extremely lazy. I don't care what anybody thinks. Yeah, crazy busy at the stores. Yeah, yeah, you're right. Too warm. Too warm. Haven't even went yet. All the stuff online this year, such as her early chicks. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Thank you so much, Greg. I appreciate that so much. Uh, I don't like things on my head. I don't like jewelry. I'm not really a jewelry person. Just for special occasions, I'll wear my ring. I've tried like necklaces and wearing a cross around my neck and uh, just Fitbit that I have and the two bracelets that I never take off. That's hard enough getting used to, especially sleeping. But I'm not a jewelry fan. Even on girls, I've never been. You see these girls that have like a ring on every finger and jewelry up the wazoo. I've never been attracted to that. Thanks for being here, Remy. I appreciate it so much. Have a very happy and healthy holiday season. Punky Brewster. Wow, Punky Brewster. Boy, did I have a crush on her back in the day. Punky Brewster. A lot of girls had those sneakers. That's a sign of the times, too, because the show went on for 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it was. At the end, to try to still make her look like a girl, they had her all strapped down, and because she went through her period of being from a little girl to a young woman, and they were afraid that a young woman still being a little girl shouldn't have boobs, and she said that she was all plastered down and very uncomfortable. That's terrible to do to a kid just because of the show. Any show that has kids, kids grow up. Look at Home Improvement, one of my favorite shows. Tim Allen, Home Improvement. Three boys, okay? The show, as it goes on, the boys grow and the show changes. That's just anytime you have a show with kids, it's going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, she's very thin now, Carrie. She's, well, she's close to our age, I think she's probably, it's probably my age, probably 44, 43, 44. Or the other one, remember Clarissa Explains It All? Melissa Joan Hart. She did another show after that, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Another one, that's just these. You're on these shows and you grow up. Unfortunately, it happens. It's like I wish cats would stay kittens for about 10 years, but they grow up. I am really having a hard time with this coffee. Like I keep saying, it tastes like yesterday's coffee. I'm not sure it isn't yesterday's. I have jewelry for the wazoo now. Oh, that's a good one. Uh, oh goodness. I bought me crucifix once. Oh my goodness. I remember Sabrina the Teenage Witch. It does like cats. I'm a dog. I am an animal person in general. I mean, back in the day when I still lived with my parents, um, there was it's the weirdest thing because it was the people that live in the house that I own now. They had domestic ducks, and they're called Muscovy ducks, and they pretty much just live at your house, and they would go in the water and they'd go to my parents' house, which was right on the water also, and we don't know the name of the female. We used to call her Gertrude. My father started that, but I would just put her in my arm and I would pet her, and people think I was crazy, but this duck would come up to me to get pet, and just like a regular animal, and she loved it. And my father thought I was crazy because I'm petting a duck, but I mean, I'm an animal person. It felt good. You get right between the wings, and when you're petting a duck the way you're supposed to with the grain, like you do a dog or a cat, it felt like any other animal. Those feathers felt very soft. But yeah, I love dogs. I'm a cat person because I don't have time for a dog because I love dogs, but I don't have a fence. I'd be afraid to go in the river or something, and I don't have a gate on the fence in the front. So yeah, I'm just at work too much and don't have time. I'll tell you, I wish I had like a farm. I really do. Hot chocolate, yes. I wish I had a farm and just had all kinds of strays. The cats are good hunters though. Get a mouse in the house and they'll get it. Hot chocolate. Oh goodness. Sorry, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. 9 people in here. Where is everybody? Don't be afraid. A dachshund makes a great indoor dog. You know, as a big, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? A big fan. Boy, I forgot the word fan. I was gonna say a big hero. As a big fan of the Dukes of Hazzard, when Roscoe had the Basset Hound that he named Flash, ooh, my little velvet ears. Um, I always said I'd love to get a Basset Hound. Just of course, I would name it Flash, boy or girl. I'd name it Flash. But it would be my little velvet ears. It would be so funny to have a dog and look just like Flash because she seemed like of course it was different dogs, different years and stuff, but she seemed like she was just pretty easy going, didn't move around too much. I mean, maybe I have time for that kind of dog. I don't know. Carrie, you leaving? Did I miss you? How come nothing came up on my thing here? Huh. Last thing she wrote was LOL Vilric. Huh. I wonder what happened. Flash. Yeah, that's pretty cool when you have a dog named Flash. Carrie, if I missed you, I'm sorry. It didn't show up that you were leaving on my end. Uh, it was pretty cool. You say, "Ooh, yeah, you want those nums? Daddy's gonna get you num nums." Cute, cute, cute. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Ooh, Flash, we're gonna cuff him and stuff him. Cute, cute, cute. Oh, I love it. That was my favorite character, Roscoe. But anyway. Anybody want to have a party? This will be like Saturday night. Got to turn it off. All right, hopefully everything is still hunky dory. Am I still on? Am I still here? Yeah, I guess I'm still here. Everyone can still see me, right? Okay. Hey, April, May, or June. Hello, welcome, my new friend. I just met you tonight. I subscribed to you, I think, from a Blind Views chat, I think. I like to just, when I'm on people's chats, to add people that I think are cool, that look like they're interesting people. I appreciate you being here, definitely. I usually live stream. I've been doing a lot more lately. For the summer, I kind of got away from it, but I've been doing a lot more lately around this time during the weekdays. I usually live stream for an hour. I've been here about 54 minutes. But yeah, I mean, by all means, I'm very happy that you that you joined us here. My live streams are really, we just talk about whatever. It's like I happen to be, how do I say it? I treat it like a group of friends. I happen to be the one that's on camera, but everyone talks to everybody, and we ask questions, and we have laughs and jokes, and we try to have a good time as much as we can in an hour. It's usually Illuminator rave. Hey, all right. I usually do this during my break at work for my supper break. Lately, anyway. I was doing it before work, but I stopped that because I didn't have time all the time, so I started doing them now. Excuse me. Oh, coffee burp. Decaf coffee burp. It's even worse. But no, I mean, I'm one of these people. I live stream when the feeling comes over me. It's not necessarily like Blind Views. He has like certain times of the week, and that's great. I wish my life was that way, but if I feel like doing it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. It's like life. Oh, this tastes like yesterday's coffee. I'm not sure it isn't yesterday's coffee. I'm not taking another sip. Oh my goodness. I made coffee the same way 3 days in a row. Yesterday and the day before, it was excellent. The decaf today, not anywhere close. But no problem. April, May, or June. I like your name. It's very unique. Nothing wrong with being unique. I liked Cooter. I'm sorry, I'm going back and reading. I liked Cooter. Cooter was towards the end. He was barely in any episodes. I was watching season 7, and I'm saying I haven't seen Cooter in like 6 episodes. Sitting here having a Jaeger shot. Here's Mud and Y'all's eyes. Y'all. Here's Mud and Y'all's eyes. I always wonder where that came from. Don't you, like I was saying last night, it would be nice to have longer arms when you have an itch on your back. Oh, I hate that feeling. Ooh. You deleted your message that said "la." Oh, that's okay. Look at that, boy. This time has just flown by. Sometimes my live streams, I never know what to talk about. Lately, we've been having a grand old time, just going from subject to subject and laughter and everything, and the hour flies by. Can't believe we're almost at an hour already. But I think that's the way the cookie crumbles. I'm a Georgia girl. We say y'all a lot. So Georgia, let me see. There was because I work in an office building. I'm a janitor in an office building, mostly performing arts and stuff like that. But there was a woman that she passed away. Unfortunately, she had a blood clot in her leg, and she was only in her early 50s. But she was from Georgia, and her name was Ivy. Her first name was Ivy. Everyone just called her Ivy. She was so wonderful. You know, she used to go around saying to people, I'm just a Georgia peach. She used to say. She talked very slow and very. It was so easy to understand because I'm from New England, southeastern New England. Okay, I'm right on the border of Rhode Island and Massachusetts. Now we talk fast over here. Sometimes I talk so fast my lips they get stuck together. I try not to do it as much in my videos or my live streams, but it happens, especially when I get excited. I start talking fast. It was so nice to have someone that talked very slowly and you can understand every word that she said. She's just a really, really nice person. Hey, Thomas, you made it. Thanks. But different. Yeah. It's a contradiction of you. It is. That's exactly what it is. It's you all. Y'all. Like, how's it? How you doing, you all? Like, all of you. We say it's almost like up here we would say all of you. You all. Same thing. It's all good. Well, there's nothing wrong with Georgia around here. I heard you're getting a lot of colder weather. Someone told me that Georgia was hit with some major cold weather that isn't usually this cold this time of year, someone said. Someone went down there for they got invited by their employer, someone I know, they got invited by their employer for the employer's the employer was going down there for some wedding, and said it was unseasonably cold. My neighbors are from Massachusetts. We constantly ask each other, what? Where are you from again, Earl? You're from, oh, I'm trying to think now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forget. You're from Virginia. No, you're from Oklahoma. Earl, you just told me too recently. I'm having a senior moment here at 44 years old. Oh, you guys, yeah, you guys. That's very popular around here. You guys. Oh, goodness. But anyway, tomorrow's going to be the warmest day we've had here in many, many weeks. It's going to be 60 degrees. Although tomorrow's going to be like a washout, a lot of rain coming. South Carolina. South Kakalaki. I'd love to be able to travel. People want to see the world. I'd love to see this country. I really would. I would like to be able to be in one of those big tour buses that I don't have to do the driving, but could just go different places every day, go somewhere, different town, experience the local cuisine from just ask around, hey, what's a great restaurant that shows off this part of the country, What's your favorite restaurant around here? I'm not talking about these big chains, just like I'd love to go into these smaller little hole in the wall places and that'd be really cool, every day just be in a different town and just take like a whole year and just see this whole dang country. These colors don't run. Yep, that's right. Get a CDL. Yeah, I'll tell you. Um, I worked with somebody who drove an 18 wheeler. He was a teamster for many, many years. And by the time he came to work with us, he was already 65. Worked with us for 5 years and then retired. But he would tell us stories about the things that he's seen just crisscrossing this whole country. He was everywhere you could name it. He's been there. He said you find out some of the most beautiful places to take vacation that people have never even heard about. But yeah, my job is pretty stable right now. Make pretty good money doing what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm probably not gonna change it anytime soon. I drove semi for just over a year. I don't know if that would be my type of lifestyle, but I'm more of a I don't want to say an indoor guy, but I'm more of a use my head computer type guy. I don't know. I've never been one that was really good with cars or, I could do minor things, but I would have loved to be more of a car guy, be able to fix things. It'd be like one of those guys that can do electrical work and do plumbing and do carpentry and really be able to fix up a house. I can't do any of that. Excuse me, I have to look it up on YouTube first to find out how to do it. My friend bought a tractor trailer back in April. Wow. Yeah, but I mean, to do it independently, I don't know. I wouldn't even know the first thing. I mean, 'cause so many unions out there, like the Teamsters and stuff. Well, we're almost there. I'm going to be calling this in another minute or so. Everything's starting to wind down and I'm getting tired. How many tons can you take on a semi? That's a good question. With a Best Star Trucking. It's got to be so much harder now. I would think it's got to be harder to be a trucker now, just compared to years ago. I mean, the guy I worked with used to say that the companies used to tell them, we're not worried about speeding tickets or anything, whatever you get, we'll pay at the end. Now everything is all computerized and you get a speeding ticket, it goes on your record. Everything was all, just the book they used to write things and there was no real paper trail. Nowadays with computers, if they get a speeding ticket, I'm sure that the company, even if another company pays for it, it's still on the driver's record, I would think. It's got to be a lot harder. 80,000 pounds max. 40 tons. Whew. My goodness. Well, Thomas, I know you just got here, and I'm sorry to do this to you, but I'm gonna have to call this. They have to hook up to the internet now. I know when you fart in the truck now. You just use my trigger word. Makes me laugh every time. It's funny. Yeah, it's like anything else. Even like in my town, the police officers, the cars have the computers obviously in them, but you know how like two police cars would like park so that the drivers can talk to one another. They don't want that happening anymore. They want them out there doing their job. So I guess the dispatcher or whoever has on the computer, they can tell where everyone that's supposed to be out there, where they are and how long they've been parked, and they'll call them, hey, get back on the road or whatever. It's they want them patrolling or whatever. It's a sign of the times, I guess. But anyway, I appreciate everyone that came here tonight, whether you were here for a minute, 10 minutes, or the whole hour and 6 minutes. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for taking time out of your night to spend with me. Hope you had a good time. I know I did. Thanks for being here, everyone. I love you all. Take care. Have a great rest of the day. Be good to yourselves. Be good to others. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. See you all soon, very, very soon, with the next live stream. Please catch my next video, my daily vlog tomorrow. I love you all. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back.